Hello Pisces, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business now and over 30,000 clients worldwide. It's my pleasure, Pisces, to welcome you to this particular analysis of the movements of the planets through the houses of your horoscope from the 1st of July until the end of August 2015. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the journey here with me. Pisces, you are a very powerful person. You are very psychic, you're a very sensitive person. Just a little bit about myself. I've got 40 years experience in the business, over 30,000 clients worldwide, 150 YouTube videos up there now on all aspects of personal and spiritual growth. And I'm going to help you to understand what's going on in your life in this 2-month period. You are primarily, Pisces, a spiritual being. You're very, very psychic, very, very sensitive. You get a lot of strange feelings that go through you that you find hard to understand and comprehend. And those strange feelings can lead you sometimes into drugs and alcohol and the self-destructive habit patterns of behaviour and so forth. You have a lot of confusion in your life because you can't handle all of these energies, and you pick up readily on the thoughts and feelings of those around you and so forth. So you can be rather self-destructive in certain ways. You have a lot of stress and tension there to do with money matters. You have a lot of stresses and tensions inside of yourself that shake your sense of security in life. You seem to be attracted towards the beauties of nature. You love walking around among the plants and shrubs and the beauties of nature. You've got an eye for art, and you have many changes of residence. There's a lot of restlessness there to do with the family and the domestic side of life. You could even have 2 residences to live in at the one time. There's that many changes in residence for you. In your adult life, you could live with a relative of yours at some time along the way. And you've possibly got twins in the family there somewhere along the line. It's either your family on your mother's side or your father's side or someone there, some extended family member. There's a twin there somewhere along the line. You enjoy entertaining around the home quite a lot, Pisces. Now what I'm going to do for you here, Pisces, is I'm going to lay out on a timeline from the 1st of July through to the end of August the movements of Mars and Saturn. Mars and Saturn bring stresses and tensions into your life through Mars, and Saturn brings obstacles, hurdles and obstructions into your life. Well, you might say, I don't want to really know about those, but you're the one who set these things up, Pisces. So you've set up these stresses and tensions in your life before you came into this incarnation. You set it all up so that you could develop certain capacities to handle these stresses and tensions and learn from that, and to overcome these hurdles and obstacles that you set up for yourself and learn from that. And you develop qualities, principles and values within yourself through that very act of handling these stresses and tensions and jumping these hurdles. Okay, so you've set that all up for yourself. So I'll look at the movements of Mars and Saturn as they go through the houses of your horoscope during this 2-month period. And then I'm going to look at the fun side of it with the movements of the Sun, Venus and Jupiter as they move through the houses of your horoscope. They focus your personality upon certain achievements, and Venus brings social activities and love into your life and relationships into your life and abundance, and Jupiter brings expansion and travel and all sorts of wonderful experiences into your life that expand your understanding about things. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the journey here with me, and we'll have some fun together, eh? Now on the 1st of July, Mars is in the 5th house of your horoscope, Pisces. With Mars in the 5th house of your horoscope, until I tell you that it makes a change, you can be rather impulsive in regard to relationships, so you can jump into a hasty relationship and get your fingers burnt if you're in the market for a relationship. There can be conflicts and stresses and tensions in your life focusing through romance, love and the social side of life generally. There can be conflicts and tensions and stresses in your life focusing through children, should they play a prominent part in your life. So you can be jump into a relationship based on physical attraction. Just be careful not to be too impulsive there. Then on the 9th of August, Pisces, Mars moves into the 6th of your horoscope and remains there until the end of that period. Now with Mars in the 6th house of your horoscope, there's conflicts and stresses and tensions with people that you work with. Conflicts, stresses and tensions focusing through health and dietary matters. And the people that you're working with can be rather assertive and dominant in their nature. So just be careful not to precipitate arguments and conflicts and so forth with those energies around. Now Saturn starts the month off it's in a retrograde motion from the 1st of July until I tell you that it makes a change. It's in a retrograde motion. When Saturn is in a retrograde motion, it impacts not so much upon the house that it's sitting in, but upon the houses that it rules. And in your case, Pisces, it rules the 11th and 12th houses. The 11th house is the house of friends. Now, therefore, there can be frustrations, obstacles, obstructions and hurdles that you've set up for yourself there to do with group activities, club activities, and things to do with friends. So a friend could get sick. There can be a breakup of a friendship, secret worries about friendships, frustrations and obstructions there and hurdles for you to overcome connected with joint interests that you share with other people, okay? And club activities and things like that can bring frustrations for you. Now then there's also the 12th house of your horoscope. So Saturn impacting negatively upon the 12th house of your horoscope will perhaps see secret worries connected with your personal initiatives and interests, focusing through your career and business and ambitions in life. There can be worries about a parent who could be hospitalised during that time. And there can be a lot of insecurities and secret worries about things going on within yourself, Pisces, that you don't openly discuss with other people. So you can get depressed, you can be down in the dumps, you can be in self-sabotage and self-destructive patterns of behaviour and so forth, with Saturn impacting the 12th house of your horoscope negatively. Now then Saturn goes direct on the 4th of August and therefore impacts over the next few days until the end of August in the 9th house of your horoscope. The 9th house is the house of travel, so it's not a good time for travel. It brings frustrations and obstructions and hurdles connected with legal matters, and also matters relating to in-laws. If they play a prominent part in your life, there can be problems with regard to in-laws. Now, it's not a good time for travel when Saturn is impacting negatively upon the 9th house of your horoscope, okay? There'll be obstructions and hurdles there connected with travel and delays with travel plans and things like that, and generally speaking problems with the health of in-laws with those sort of energies around. Now I'm going to look, Pisces, at the movement of the Sun, Venus and Jupiter as they move through the houses of your horoscope during this 2-month period, and they bring personality interests and social activities, happiness and joy and abundance and expansion and growth and travel into your life. On the 1st of July, Pisces, the Sun is in the 5th house of your horoscope and remains there until I tell you that it makes a change. With the Sun in the 5th house of your horoscope, there's a focus upon the social side of life, new relationships. If you're female in particular, that can bring new relationships into your life. If you're in the market for a relationship, there's a happiness there for you and a focus upon the social side of life and getting out and enjoying yourself, to restaurants and places of amusement, and children play a prominent part in your life as well. Now Venus starts off the month on the 1st of July in the 6th house of your horoscope, seeing a great deal of happiness through people that you work with, a lot of social activities there with people that you work with. Romance can even spring through people that you work with, okay? So you could meet someone nice. There's a lot of happiness. It's a good time for job changes or interviews or expansion in your job. It's very favourable for you. It'll probably see you wanting to eat too much rich food, but it is good for you to do with your health with that sort of influence around, okay? Now then, the first change that we have, Pisces is on the 19th of July when Venus moves into the 7th house of your horoscope and remains there until I tell you that it makes a change. With Venus in the 7th house of your horoscope, any spouse or partner in your life, they'll be very affectionate, outgoing in their affections. It's good for legal matters. It's good for general social activities out there with your partner, especially mixing with the general public, okay? Now then, the next change that we have, Pisces, is on the 24th of July. The Sun moves into the 6th house of your horoscope and remains there for 30 days. With the Sun in the 6th house of your horoscope, there's a focus upon health and dietary matters, a lot more social activities with people that you work with. It's a good time for job interviews and improvements and advancement in your job. Then on the 27th of July, Pisces, Venus starts going retrograde. Now when Venus goes retrograde, it doesn't impact negatively upon the houses that Venus rules. It impacts in this way that it sees you overdoing it. Having a good time doing so, mind you, but overdoing it there connected with the houses that it rules. Venus rules the 3rd house and the 8th house in your horoscope. So therefore, it can see you indulging in social activities with relatives and neighbours and perhaps overdoing it with them, and also things to do with joint finances. It can see you and your partner, if you have one, spending too much money on luxuries and things like that, and there'll be a heightening of your sex drive, especially if you're female, and there's a joint finances receive a boost during that particular phase, okay? Now then we have on the 23rd of August, the Sun moves into the 7th house of your horoscope and remains there for 30 days. With the Sun in the 7th house of your horoscope, there's a focus of your personality upon your relationship with your partner or your spouse. If you don't have one, there'll be a strengthening of other relationships, and there's a lot of happiness there in getting out socially and mixing with the general public through parades and shopping centres and public malls and things like that, you know. Now then, Jupiter starts the period off on the 1st of July, Pisces, in the 6th house of your horoscope, and remains there until I tell you that it makes a change. With Jupiter in the 6th house of your horoscope, that's a very good time for happiness socially with people that you work with. There can be travel involved with the job. There's very good stars for you generally to do with social involvements with people that you work with and travelling with anybody that you work with. It's a very good time for job interviews and changes and seeking expansion in your job. And then on the 12th of August, Jupiter changes into a different house, into the 7th house of your horoscope, Pisces, and remains there to the end of this period that we're looking at, up to the end of August. With Jupiter in the 7th house of your horoscope, there's very good stars for legal matters. It sees happiness through partnerships and your spouse, and you can travel together with your spouse. There can be a visit to you by somebody from overseas, or you could travel with somebody overseas to have a good time. So there's very good stars there generally in dealings with the public, strengthening relationships, and having happiness in your partnership or marriage, okay? Now you are to be congratulated, Pisces, for being interested in the science of astrology, because science says that astrology is a load of hogwash and that it can't possibly have impact upon the events in your life or relationships or anything like that. Well, I've proven that to be wrong in 30,000 cases with my clients, and it's in the testimonials there that you'll see some of the reports on the accuracy and the validity of those. But astrology is the most scientific presentation of hidden truth in the world today. And so by you being interested in the science of astrology, it means that you are reaching and stretching to become more of who you really are. You are much more than you give yourself credit for. God and Goddess love you, and they know your name, Pisces, and they want you to become all that you can be and more. You've got a lot of powers, strengths and talents inside of yourself that you don't yet even know about. There are things that you don't know about the nature of reality and your place in that reality, the knowing of which, Pisces, will change everything. And I've got 3 horoscopes that I'm prepared to do for you to help you to understand more about yourself and more about the science of astrology and more about the opportunities that you've set up for yourself in this life to take advantage of, but also to overcome hurdles and obstacles and obstructions by being forewarned about them, okay? I've got 3 horoscopes. The first one is horoscope number 1. That is a free one that's thrown in free of charge when you purchase horoscope number 2. But I'll handle horoscope number 1 as an individual unit so that you understand what you're getting. Horoscope number 1, I do your personal chart, so it's not based on anything to do with your sun sign or your rising sign or anything like that. It's to do with you personally as an individual, from your individual horoscope chart and your birth details. I do your progress moon cycles over the next 30 months and also the planetary cycles over the next 30 months and give you a beautiful 10-page written report on the type of events and conditions that you're going to experience in that 30 months, and therefore you can take full advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you through those cycles. But also I tell you quite a lot about yourself and the qualities, principles and values that you've developed from past lives, okay? So that's free, and free 10-page printout that's a beautiful gift to you when you get horoscope number 2. Horoscope number 2 looks at things in a lot more depth. It's a 20-page printout, all based on your personal horoscope chart, and I look at what qualities, principles and values that you've developed in past lives and what qualities, principles and values that you're working on in this particular lifetime. It tells you about your powers, your strengths and your talents, and any obstacles and obstructions that you've set up for yourself that you can overcome. By being forewarned about the dangers in life, you can jump these hurdles and overcome obstacles and obstructions that you've set up for yourself there. So for only $10 you get a beautiful 20-page printout all about you. The Rolls-Royce is horoscope number 3, if you can afford that one. That brings to bear my 40 years of experience as a professional astrologer and teacher of astrology into your life from your personal horoscope with my voice, telling you all about yourself, all about your personality and things that only you know, Pisces, about yourself. And then I go back into the past and I tell you when you've had changes in your job, changes in your residence, journeys overseas, bouts of sickness, deaths in the family, accidents, even where you got scars on your body, Pisces. And when I tell you things like this and it's accurate, you know that science is wrong in saying that astrology is a load of hogwash. You know how true astrology is, and then I go into the future for you in all areas of your life and advise you how you can overcome hurdles and obstacles and obstructions, how to take advantage of opportunities as they present themselves over the next 3 years to help you to take full advantage of what astrology is meant to do for you. Astrology is there as a science, a gift from God and Goddess to help us all, to give us a map in life, a roadmap in life to take full advantage of. Now you are primarily, Pisces, a spiritual being, okay? You've got eternal life, you can never ever die. You've lived hundreds of lifetimes before to get where you are today. And there's going to be more lives, and there's life beyond the human level altogether. There's many beings of consciousness beyond the human level altogether who are there helping us all to become more of who we really are, okay? So what I'm prepared to do for you in line with this is to provide the information from 2 books that I've written. The first one is called What Really Matters. It's a book on astrology, meditation and reincarnation. And that book, I tell you all about these various aspects of yourself and all the various aspects of life and how to master the science of meditation and learn about reincarnation and how it all functions and what happens after death and all sorts of things like that. So that's all there. I take you in and out of meditation time and time again. And then that's 12 CDs that are available to download from the free CD page of my website, free of charge, okay? Now then, when you have horoscope number 3 done, you also then get 24 CDs out of my second book, my deeper book, Coming Home: An Eternal Journey, where I go into things in a lot more depth, including quantum physics, the holographic nature of reality, and so forth. And I help you to go into spiritual university there. You'll learn things from that second lot of CDs out of my second book that's going to stand you instead for the rest of your life and transform your life so that you can become much more successful in all areas of your life. God and Goddess love you, and they know your name, and they want you to become all that you can be, Pisces, and more. So subscribe to my videos because I'm pumping out new videos all the time. Download those 12 CDs from my free CD page of my website. The website address is always in the description of each of my videos, so you can readily find them. And let's work together as a team to help you to become all that you can be and more. And get stuck into my videos as well. But the intensives are just so much more structured information that lifts you into a higher state of consciousness. So it's nice to be able to talk with you, Pisces. I look forward to working further with you should you decide to go further. And I'm glad that you are prepared to learn and grow and reach and stretch. Wish you all the best in life. Look forward to working further with you. Thank you.